home ownership journey, round the corner to loandepot.com and let us help get you home. That's loandepot.com. We're on deck ready to hit it out of the home ownership park for you. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLC ID number 174475.
South Florida's top choice for quality signs and graphics is Metro Group Miami. With Metro signs and Metro wraps, no job is too big or too small for the experts at Metro Group Miami. A proud corporate partner and official signage and graphics provider of the Miami Marlins, they bring brands to life. Call them today at 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to discover what they can do for you. Metro Group Miami, signs, graphics, car wraps. They're your everything team. The Ritz-Carlton Key Biscayne, Miami invites you to discover a new era of coastal luxury following its $100 million transformation, where open-air design and sweeping ocean views create a seamless connection to the sea. Set across 17 acres of pristine beachfront, the resort blends island serenity with the dynamic rhythm of Miami. Experience the calm between the currents of city and sea and reserve at ritzcarlton.com or call 1-800-542-8680.
Upgrade your family vacation with an unforgettable escape to the Palm Beaches. From outdoor adventures and laid-back beaches to thrilling family attractions and animal encounters, the Palm Beaches have something for everyone. Discover premier resorts with creative kids clubs that will keep the little ones entertained while you enjoy world-class golf and spas. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches. Plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
Thanks for listening to Miami Marlins Baseball on the home of the Marlins, WQAM.
Marlins Baseball is brought to you by ADT, the official security partner of the Miami Marlins, and by Werner Hoffman, Greg and Garcia, official law firm of the Miami Marlins.
Time for the 10th inning show on the home of the Marlins, WQAM. Here's the radio voice of the Marlins, Jack McMullen.
Another day and another W for the Fightin' Fish. They get a win over the Colorado Rockies 4-3. Another one-run win for the Marlins. It was 2-1 on opening night. It's 4-3 on Saturday afternoon. And the Fish are 2-0. Man, it feels awesome to see the way the Marlins have just run through the tape in these games. It started with starting pitching. Eury Perez, he got the ball today, 7 innings, a 3-run ball. Sandy Alcantara, 7 innings, a 1-run ball. Last night on opening night, starting pitching has stolen the show, but how about the timely hitting, and how about the new kid, Owen Casey? Casey, 3 for 4 with a double and an RBI single, the go-ahead run in the bottom of the 8th inning this afternoon. Casey was outstanding. Augustin Ramirez had a multi-hit day, but again, Eury for 7 innings. You pass the baton to Calvin Fauché, who fired a scoreless 8th. And then Pete Fairbanks, the marquee free agent signing for the Marlins this offseason, he fires a scoreless 9th and a 1-2-3 9th for his second save in as many games for the Fish. It was just an outstanding performance for the Fish all around. They did it in multiple ways, and your Marlins are winners 4-3 over the Colorado Rockies on Saturday afternoon. When we come back, you'll hear from Owen Casey, who was standing by with Steven Strom moments ago. You'll also get a rundown of the highlights. We're back in a minute on the 10th Inning Show and on the Marlins Radio Network.
Upgrade your family vacation with an unforgettable escape to the Palm Beaches. From outdoor adventures and laid-back beaches to thrilling family attractions and animal encounters, the Palm Beaches have something for everyone. Discover premier resorts with creative kids clubs that will keep the little ones entertained while you enjoy world-class golf and spas. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches. Plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
I'm Adam Werner. As the official law firm of the Miami Marlins, Werner, Hoffman, Greg, and Garcia fights for our clients the same way the Marlins fight on the field, relentlessly and with a winning strategy. Our team represents clients in personal injury, workers' compensation, veterans disability, bankruptcy, and Social Security cases. From our home office in Miami, Florida, we provide powerhouse legal representation built on dedication, experience, and results. If you need a team that's ready to step up to the plate for you, visit WernerHoffman.com. Werner, Hoffman, and Greg and Garcia, proudly serving the 305 community.
Mikasuki Casino and Resort is your place in Miami to live it up and play on. Unleash the excitement of slots, high-stakes bingo, and 24/7 poker action. Indulge in exquisite dining at La Brisa and handcrafted cocktails at Tempt Lounge. Unwind in our elegant rooms and suites as you elevate your entertainment around the clock. And check out our new Little Trail Casino on I-75, exit 49. Rediscover Miccosukee Casino and Resort, voted best casino in Miami. Visit Miccosukee.com for more.
At Loan Depot, we're big on home. Home games, home teams, home field advantage, and you better believe it, home runs. For us, home means everything, which is why we're offering more options that make buying your first home easier and more affordable. No matter where you are on your home ownership journey, round the corner to LoanDepot.com and let us help get you home. That's LoanDepot.com. We're on deck ready to hit it out of the home ownership park for you. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLC ID number 174475.
This is Owen Casey, and you're listening to the 10th Inning Show with Jack McMullen on the Marlins Radio Network.
Fish get a win 4-3 over the Colorado Rockies. The Marlins start the season 2-0. Colorado falls to 0-2. We'll give you the highlights in a matter of moments, but Owen Casey was the star of the show today offensively outside of Eury Perez. Owen Casey today, 3 for 4 with a couple of hot shots. He had a double that slammed off the wall and right at 112 miles an hour. That was in the second inning. He singled the other way at 111 miles an hour with 2 men gone in the 5th. And then he had the game-deciding single. In the bottom of the 8th, it was an RBI knock up the gut to plate Otto Lopez. And after the game, Owen was standing by with Steven Strom.
Oh, and I remember when you told us in the offseason watching the Marlins, it looked like they were having so much fun. How has that maybe helped you settle in?
I mean, it just gives you like a great platform to play. I mean, they have a lot of fun playing, and I feel like I'm having a great time so far, right? So, they just have a lot of fun, and we're just going to keep the good times rolling.
What's working for you at the plate?
See ball, hit ball, and get it in the middle. Yeah.
Team Canada 4, Rockies 3. Did you know Hicksy had that power?
Of course. I mean, Hicksy's got that Canadian thunder in him. No, he's a great player, and he just got a good pitch to hit, and he drove it. Yeah.
What can this do for a team to get off to a 2-0 start?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. Hopefully we can get one tomorrow, and just keep it rolling. And like you said, we had a lot of fun, and we're going to continue to do that.
Great start, Owen. Thank you very much for the time.
Thank you.
All right, Jack.
All right, Steven, thank you very much. Thank you, Owen Casey. Liam Hicks has that Canadian thunder. I love that. We might roll with that. So Casey is the Maple Master, and then Hicks, if he's Canadian thunder, that totally works for me. Let's run you through the highlights here, and do have to start with a negative because scoring opened in the top of the second inning, and it was a career first for Rocky first baseman TJ Rumfield. 2-1 pitch. Rumfield hits high in the air, right center field and deep. Casey is back. He's looking up, and that is gone. Out to right center field. That's the first big league home run for TJ Rumfield. Check the box of the first major league hit. So, former Yankee prospect and farmhand had 16 homers in AAA for the Yankees last year, and he hits his first as a Rocky after 5 in spring training after a trade. But then the Fish get on the board. Owen Casey, we will actually play you the first knock of Owen Casey's 3-hit day because this was a rocket, and he continued his hot stretch from opening night. 2-2 pitch. That one drilled out to right, and that sneaks by Johnson. It one-hops the wall in right field. Otto pushing into third. Casey will follow him. He trails to second. Another day, another double for the Maple Master. Fish have 2 guys in scoring position with 1 man gone. Again, the Maple Master, Canadian Thunder. Let's get to Canadian Thunder here because scoring open for the Fish thanks to Liam Hicks in the third. 2-0 from Lorenzen. That one lifted high in the air, out to right. That is deep. Johnston is back on the edge of the warning track to make the catch, but that is plenty deep enough. Both runners tag. You've got X scoring from third. Augustine pushes to third, and it's a productive out. A sacrifice fly from Liam Hicks. Not this game at 1 in the bottom of the third. Rockies took the advantage against Eury Perez on a breaking ball, and this was Ezequiel Tovar, the star shortstop for Colorado that just did not miss it. First pitch to Tovar. He cranks out to left. Conan looking up, and that is gone. That got out in a hurry for Ezequiel Tovar. He flied out to the track and left his first time, and now he's got his first home run of 2026. Second long ball for the Rockies today, and it's 3-1 Colorado at the top of the fourth on the 2-run shot. So that was in the top of the fourth. In the bottom of the fifth, right back to Mr. Canadian Thunder, Liam Hicks. 2-1 pitch. Hicks turns on one, drives it high in the air right field. That is gone. It slams off the facing of the top tank, and Liam Hicks has the first Marlin homer in 2026. Added strength, bat speed, you name it, we're tied at 3 in the home fifth. Liam Hicks put such a concerted effort this offseason into building up the muscle that he had, into adding bat speed. He already checked so many boxes in terms of making contact with pitches in the strike zone, not swinging at pitches outside the strike zone. All that was left was the ability to hit the ball out of the ballpark, the turn and burn nature, and Liam Hicks turned and burned the first home run for the Marlins this year. Eury Perez, after that, entered a level of cruise control. He went through 5, he went through 6, and for the second time in his big league career, in big league start number 40, Eury Perez got himself through 7 innings. 2-2 again to Julien. On the way. And it's cut on and missed. That was 99, blown by Edouard Julien. Eury Perez, for the second time in the big leagues, is through 7 innings, and he does it in his first start in 26. Now let's get to the hit of the night. Owen Casey again. His third hit was the deciding run. Payoff to Casey. That one lined up the gut. That is through for a base hit. Otto racing around third. He comes in to score, and this Canadian masher should be here to stay. Owen Casey, what a first impression. An RBI single. It's 4-3 Marlins in the bottom of the 8th, and this guy's on fire to begin his Marlin career. And that allowed the velvet rope to open up for Pete Fairbanks to get a clean 9th inning. He saved his first game as a Marlin on Friday night, on opening night. On Saturday afternoon, he had the chance to do the same, and 1-2-3, the Rockies went down, and that is how this ball game ended. And Fairbanks set at the belt. Fires the 1-0 to Doyle. And he popped it up high in the sky, left center field. Marcy drifting over. He's underneath. Sets up shop and makes the catch to end the ball game. 2 days, 2 saves for Pete Fairbanks. And the Marlins start 2026 2-0. Late heroics from Owen Casey, a 3-hit day and an 8th inning RBI single closed the book. And the Fish get a win over the Rockies 4-3. They win the series and they go for the sweep tomorrow. Just an awesome win for the Marlins. Back-to-back 1-run wins to open the year 2-0. When we come back, we'll check on the out-of-town scoreboard. You'll also hear from the skipper, Clayton McCullough. That's coming up on the 10th Inning Show and on the Marlins Radio Network.
Miccosukee Casino and Resort is your place in Miami to live it up and play on. Unleash the excitement of slots, high-stakes bingo, and 24/7 poker action. Indulge in exquisite dining at La Brisa and handcrafted cocktails at Tempt Lounge. Unwind in our elegant rooms and suites as you elevate your entertainment around the clock. And check out our new Little Trail Casino on I-75, exit 49. Rediscover Miccosukee Casino and Resort, voted best casino in Miami. Visit Miccosukee.com for more.
Upgrade your family vacation with an unforgettable escape to the Palm Beaches. From outdoor adventures and laid-back beaches to thrilling family attractions and animal encounters, the Palm Beaches have something for everyone. Discover premier resorts with creative kids clubs that will keep the little ones entertained while you enjoy world-class golf and spas. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches. Plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
What's the Anna Jar and Levine difference? If you're the victim of a car crash, you will always speak to a lawyer. You'll always get the highest standard of care from our dedicated legal team, and we'll always fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. That's the Anna Jar and Levine difference. Call our legal team right now for a free consultation. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Don't wait. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
Main office, Fort Lauderdale. I'm Ellie Anajar of Anajar and Levine. Injured in a car crash? Never rush to settle with insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar and Levine. Our experienced legal team will fight to win you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call me, Ellie Anajar, for a free consultation and take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Main office, Fort Lauderdale.
Let's get a win. This is the 10th Inning Show on the Marlins Radio Network. Jack McMullen here guiding you through. Hope you are tuning in on your drive home or on a walk home, or you're just doing some housework. We really appreciate you joining us. And how about the start for these Fighting Fish? They are 2-0 after 2 one-run wins, 2-1 on opening night and 4-3 this afternoon over the Colorado Rockies. You'll hear from the skipper, Clayton McCullough, in a matter of moments. Before that, quick out-of-town scores check. We have 2 other final scores, actually 3 other final scores to report for you. A final in 11. The Blue Jays just walked it off over the Athletics, 8-7, the final score. How about a 6-5 win for St. Louis in 10 innings? Ryan Stanek, the former Marlin, the winner. Griffin Jacks, the loser. And the other final score, the Cubs walloped the Nationals 10-2 today. Cade Horton got the win, the Rookie of the Year runner-up in the National League last year. He gets the win in his season debut. Games in action right now. Last licks for Baltimore. They trail Minnesota 4-1 in the bottom of the 9th. In the bottom of the 10th, the Phillies are chasing 2. It's 5-3 Texas, bottom 10. Bottom 8, it's 5-4 Cincinnati in Cincinnati over the Red Sox. And in the top of the 10th, the Pirates just took a 1-0 lead over the Mets in Queens. Games that just got going. Angels are in Houston. That's Christian Javier getting the ball for the Astros against Reed Detmers. Milwaukee and the White Sox just got going in Milwaukee. Chad Patrick against Sean Burke, who the Marlins will, I think, see, this coming week on Wednesday. Top of the first inning in Atlanta between the Braves and the Royals. Also top of the first, no score in San Francisco between the Yankees and the Giants. And then Detroit and San Diego, Arizona and the Dodgers in L.A., and then Cleveland, Seattle in Seattle. Those are the games that will get going a little bit later. Let's hear from the skipper now after this one-run win for the Marlins. Here's Marlins manager Clayton McCullough.
With Eury, how did you see him fight through the 7, and how important was it to see him get through that 7th inning?
I think those are important things for Eury. I mean, we know how talented he is, and something like this being really his first chance really to go from an opening day through a full major league season, and it's like learning how to navigate different experiences within games. And people you're going to give up homers, and those things kind of happen, and you give up some runs. But I'm really proud of him how he really, to me, he stepped on it. He found another gear those last few innings, and that's just part of like learning how to be a real starting pitcher. Is you get tagged for a few early, but the ability to continue to keep filling up the strike zone, which he did. I mean, to get through 7 on low 90s pitches, strike out 8. He only walked 1. I mean, all it was a terrific day, and I think it was hopefully a good moment for him to learn, like, you just hang in there. And so proud of him for that. And his stuff was outstanding. I mean, the last fastball he threw was maybe 100 miles an hour there. So he had that gear, and that's just happy for him, like kind of how he just kind of put the pieces back together in the middle part and was able to finish strong.
It's now back-to-back outings of 7 innings for both your starters. Just what does that do, not only for them to start the year on a positive note, but for your team and the coaching staff?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. It certainly, them helping them shorten the game with, how effectively they threw. And, early on now we got some relievers who are probably chomping at the bit to get in. But we know, like, we can save some innings and appearances from those guys right now. It's going to pay dividends as we continue to go along. So I think it was, the length they gave us, but the quality of that length as well. I mean, they both, really filled it up and were very efficient to be able to go that deep into a game on the number of pitches that both Sandy and Eury threw. It was great for us. And Calvin came in today, and Calvin was outstanding. I mean, when Calvin fills it up and he gets ahead of people with the weapons he has, he's really tough. So, really good pitching again today from our group.
Another big game for Owen. Just what stood out to you from when he got here in spring to these first couple games? What stood out to you about him and his approach and finding success early? I mean,
he takes really good at bats. I mean, I think there's going to be some punch in there, but also there's damage that comes with Owen, and really nice to see how how he's like using the entire field. Drove another ball to left center field. Today, the 2-strike hit and ended up being the game winner to get on top of that heater. And he knew what that situation was there, and at least trying to, be a team guy and get Otto to third base with less than 2. And he got rewarded for, having the right thoughts there. And I think he's got some real toughness to him and some edge, and he gets in there and really competes in his at bats. And he's off to a really nice start.
And Liam, I guess for you, we're talking about trying, we know what kind of hitter he is, but then the next step with the power and the palm.
I mean, really good. Liam elevating to the pull side is it's a great sign. And I you can say like Liam selling out for power, no, but it is, Liam taking some shots, and Liam's going to have good at bats, and he's going to still be able to defend himself when he's behind in the count and be able to use the whole field and put the ball in play. And he's just taken much more aggressive passes since the beginning of camp. And I think there's so much more in Liam from an offensive standpoint, in particular when he's able to, pull the ball in the air.
Connor's played at first base, kind of like a goalie glove save.
Yeah, Connor. Great play. It's just reactionary and a similar play like you get third base. It was a hot shot by McCarthy with some top spin, and really nice play. And I think Griff made some nice plays in the outfield. Owen did too. So defensively today, we really did an overall nice job backing up our pitchers.
What did you say on the Augustine base running situation?
Yeah, it definitely he's stealing. Lost track. I'm sure Tovar gave him a little bit of deke there in the middle, and at that point he didn't know where that ball was. He thought maybe it was foul tipped in the catcher's glove, and he lost track of where it was, and and then at that point you're just kind of scrambling and trying to get back as quick as you can.
Going back to the Sandy Eury, just back to back. Obviously the rotation as a whole you think highly of, but to have that kind of caliber atop the rotation, what that can mean for you guys just this season.
Yeah, when we talked a lot about the strength of a real strength of our team is our pitching and the rotation. We have 1 through 5 here to start the season, and for both of them to go out and pitch as well as they have. And I think we expect more of those types of outings from them and the others through this season. Always nice for guys to first start to go out there and have a really nice one. And I think there's whether you believe it or not, there's a bit of momentum you get like within the rotation. You kind of take it and pass the baton to the next guy, and they feed off each other, similar to how things can kind of go in the bullpen as guys get on a roll. So nice for those two to get us off to a really good start. Max tomorrow, we're certainly really excited about, and for him. So expect Max to go out there tomorrow too, and and pitch well.
So Otto, how big it was that still amazing. And just for you to be able to put those plays with, having that depth and play respect can do it.
Yeah, Trust Drives does a great job over there at first. Providing the information prior to the game, within the game, and we do. We talked a lot about that. Like that's offensively our athleticism and some of the speed we have, and we got to try to take advantage of that. And it's easier said than done. You get out there in the 8th inning of a tied game to go attempt it. But trust Otto, a ton there. If you get the jump and get what you're looking for, to go be aggressive and go try to do it, and it paid off today.
All right, that was the skipper of the Miami Marlins, Clayton McCullough, after this 4-3 win for the Fish over the Colorado Rockies. You'll hear from Eury Perez when we come back. Before we step aside, though, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification right here on the Marlins Radio Network.
Marlins baseball on WQAM AM Miami and Odyssey Sports Station.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
10th inning show will wrap up after this. You'll hear from Eury Perez, takeaways, and we will say see ya next on the Marlins Radio Network.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
My car is making this noise. Sometimes it's like doot doot, and sometimes it's like grrr.
Do you have a dash light on?
Oh yeah.
Then we don't have to listen for clues. With the free Fix Finder service, we can read a check engine, ABS, or maintenance light to find the likely fix and even recommend a local shop if you need one.
So you don't need to hear the grrr.
Not with Fix Finder. Free at every AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Upgrade your family vacation with an unforgettable escape to the Palm Beaches. From outdoor adventures and laid-back beaches to thrilling family attractions and animal encounters, the Palm Beaches have something for everyone. Discover premier resorts with creative kids clubs that will keep the little ones entertained while you enjoy world-class golf and spas. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches. Plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
Step up to the plate with Terminix, the leader in pest protection for almost 100 years. We don't just hit home runs against termites. Since 1927, Terminix has defended homes and businesses nationwide from all kinds of pest curveballs. Trust Terminix to protect what matters most. Visit Terminix.com/Marlins to learn more. Because no one strikes out termites and pests like Terminix.
Legal battles shouldn't be fought alone, especially when your health, finances, or family's future are on the line. I'm Adam Werner. At Werner, Hoff, and Greg and Garcia, we guide our neighbors across the Miami, Florida community through some of life's most difficult legal transitions, from injury cases to disability cases, bankruptcy, and more. Our team is committed to providing clear guidance, strong advocacy, and dependable support every step of the way. Let our family help lead the fight so you can focus on yours. Werner, Hoff, and Greg and Garcia, official law firm of the Miami Marlins.
Fish get a win behind Eury Perez's 7 innings and Owen Casey's 3 hits. Liam Hicks drove in 3 at a 2-run homer and a sacrifice fly, but Owen Casey drove in that game-winning RBI. It was a single in the bottom of the 8th inning, and then Pete Fairbanks got himself his second save in as many games. Eury Perez was the story today. Again, Eury, 7 innings of 3-run ball. He punched out 8 and walked just 1. Eury is translated by the great Luis Durante, not Eury Durante. Eury Perez is translated by the great Luis Durante. And let's hear from Eury and Luis now.
To fight through this out.
Sí, háblame cómo pudiste batallar ahí durante toda esta salida.
Bueno, traté de salir a competir, a divertirme también. Este día fue muy especial para mí, ya que fue mi primer opening day, mi primer comienzo en este mes. Pero nada, tratando de hacer ajustes con alguna cosita, algunos innings malos, pero tratando de seguir compitiendo.
It was a very exciting outing for me. You know, this being my first outing, like opening day week that I'm pitching in this month. But I did my best. You know, I was out there just competing and trying to stay in the game.
Daniel Moscas mentioned that for you to be able to refocus when you gave up those big home runs and not letting those big moments turn into bigger moments. How are you able to do that? How are you able to refocus after giving up the home runs?
Sí, me comentó el pitching coach de la habilidad de poder, o sea, la compostura, mantenerla después de recibir esos honrones. Háblanos un poquito de cómo pudiste mantener esa compostura.
Bueno, ellos me ayudaron mucho también, dándome ánimo. Pero hay veces que tú bajas la cabeza y dices, cuando pasa cosas así tan temprano, que tú crees que ya tú no vas a salir para un séptimo inning, pero uno trata de motivarse y tratar de hacer ajustes con algunos picheos y tratar de salir a competir, ayudar al equipo a que pueda llegar un poquito más lejos, ayudar al bullpen también y mira lo que pasa, podemos ganar.
Yeah, they were supporting me. They were giving, you know, some wisdom inside that dugout. I didn't think I was going to go out into 7, but, you know, you got to try your best, you know, be positive. And that's what I did. I did a couple of adjustments with my pitches and just trying to do my best to go deep in the game. And which is, I always say it all the time, it's very important to give those extra innings to the bullpen.
What does it mean to you to finally get that leash this year? Both Clayton and Daniel Moscas said that this year they're going to push you like that, where last year you're still recovering from injury.
Sí, ¿qué significa para ti poder romper esa cadena, ¿no? Que llegas a pasar esos innings el año pasado, un poquito de obstáculos también con el injury que tenía, o sea, la lesión, se me fue la palabra. Horrible.
Bueno, ellos hablaron conmigo antes de comenzar la temporada que no va a haber restricciones. Voy a ir lo más lejos que pueda. Va a haber más cantidad de picheo. Este año es un año muy importante. no hay límite, tratando de hacer todo lo posible para ayudar al bullpen, como dije, y ir lo más lejos en el juego posible.
Yeah, this year is going to be very important for me because there's no limits. Higher pitch counts. We're working, like I said, to go deeper into the game, be able to help that bullpen. I take a lot of pride about that. But yeah, there's no restrictions.
You talked during spring about the importance of expanding and using your entire arsenal. We know how good the fastball was today, but how did you feel about being able to use the rest of your arsenal as well to keep some of the hitters off balance?
Sí, siempre lo hablaste, ¿no? De que estás expandiendo esa zona, que tienes bastantes picheos, bastante recta lanzaste, pero también pudiste usar todo ese arsenal completo. Que tan orgulloso estás de poder hacer eso.
Súper orgulloso, hemos trabajado mucho la temporada muerta. Creo que lo que está pasando ahora es parte del trabajo que hicimos, pero todavía faltan algunas cositas por arreglar, en la cual tenemos que seguir trabajando. Va a venir muchas cosas buenas, igual que lo que pasa malas.
Oh yeah, I'm very proud of being able to work the whole zone. Something that I was working during the off season. So again, very proud. There's a lot of work that we did with a lot of different pitches, and wait, there's more to come. I think it's going to be a very positive season for us.
Yes, two things. You and Sandy being able to start the season this way. What do you think you guys and then the rotation as a whole are capable of? And then just 99.1 to end your outing, whereas, how much did you have to go back, to get that kind of velo to end it?
Sí, ¿no? O sea, tú y Sandy, o sea, así poniendo el tono, ¿no? Qué tan bueno va a ser esa rotación este año. Y háblanos también de que lanzaste una recta 99.1, ¿no? ¿Qué tanto trabajaste para llegar de nuevo a esa velocidad?
100.3 también.
Ah, ok, disculpa, 100.3. 100.3. Also.
No, todo eso es parte del trabajo. Yo y Sandy, y también los demás muchachos, Mayer, Pari, también. Todos los muchachos podemos hacer un buen trabajo, lo que hemos trabajado en el sprint training. Todos los juegos que tuvimos en el sprint training, algunas veces malas, pero muchas fueron buenas. Pero creo que podemos sorprender mucho este año con los picheos. El bullpen se ve muy bien también. Y los muchachos haciendo buen trabajo con el bate. Pero eso de la velocidad, trabajando mucho, haciendo mucho gimnasio, manteniendo el brazo saludable y todo eso.
Yeah, I think it's a talented starting rotation that we have. We have a lot of really good pitchers with good arms. We had some bad days in spring training, but also a lot of good days as well. And yeah, we'll continue to work on periodically, to finish the season hard, and then just the bullpen is doing a great job. A lot of pitching, a good pitching that we see, and then the good bats also from the players. So we're going to surprise a lot of people.
All right, so we've heard from Clayton McCullough. We've heard from Owen Casey. We've heard from Eury Perez and Luis Durante. Now we hear from Steven Strom. The world is your oyster. Whole bunch of different ways we can go with this. And I just want to rehash the places that you could possibly go here. Eury goes 7 innings and 3-run ball. Second time in his big league career, he's gone 7 innings. Owen Casey, 3-hit day, laced a double, laced a single, and the softest hit for him today was the go-ahead single in the bottom of the 8th. Liam Hicks, 3 RBIs, bullpen nails again, Fauché and Fairbanks. Where do you want to go and expand?
All right, the 5th inning. To me, the 5th inning was the game, Jack, because Eury Perez had a runner on third with 1 out, and it was 3-1, an opportunity for the Rockies to get their 4th run, extend the lead, and we talk about that slam range.
Sure.
That's within 3 runs, but it felt like a really big moment. Eury Perez works his way out of it and keeps the game at 3-1. Now, what happens when you keep it at 3-1? You get duck on the pond, and you get Liam Hicks, ground beef and eggs. He's been working it in the offseason, and you saw it today. I mean, that was a moonshot from Liam Hicks. He's not a big guy, but you could see he put on some weight. To me, that 5th inning was super pivotal, and the Marlins were able to get momentum.
Real quick, can I just say Casey might have given us a nickname for Liam Hicks. If Owen Casey's the Maple Masher, Canadian Thunder, or we just rolling with Canadian Thunder?
And I mentioned it to Casey. I said, great win today. Team Canada 4, Rockies 3.
Yeah, awesome.
Because all the run production was from those two.
Well, and then think about, so Liam drove in 3, Casey drove in 1, and it was Otto that he drove in, which is just really cool. So like you had the entire Canada triad, I guess, trifecta, the Canadian trifecta, and Canadian Thunder was one of the stars of the show today. So Hicks and Casey. Eury, I mean, you mentioned the shutdown 5th inning and like kind of getting out of that rough go. It was really interesting. The pitch mix was really interesting from like the 2nd inning through about the 4th and maybe even the outset of the 5th. But in the 6th and 7th, he got back to that fastball. It was interesting to see like how the slider and the sweeper and the changeup started to, refine over the course of the start. But the fastball is like all reliable for him, and he can go to it at any time.
It was such an emphasis in the offseason for Eury to be able to use his secondary pitches. We know he's got the fastball, but can he land it for strikes early in counts? And sometimes it's going to look maybe a little bit secondary heavy. My big takeaway with Eury today, and I'm not used to it because I've been with Eury 23, out 24, and then 25, 23. And when I say baby them, I mean that in the most complimentary way. You want to protect this guy.
20 years old at that time,
right?
Yeah.
This was the first time I'm like, wait, he doesn't have to go for the set. I'm like, wait, no.
Yes,
he's
he should.
Yes, he goes.
Yes.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? It was the first time that I looked at Eury, and with all due respect, I was like a man, I'm like, you know what? This guy's getting there now. He's 22, he's making his 40th career start.
Yeah.
But to me, it was a message from Clayton McCullough and the staff that like, hey, let's go. You're going back out there for the 7th. And the idea that the Marlins, the first 2 games of the year, they got 7 out of Sandy and they got 7 out of Eury. We said it yesterday. You cannot even dream about a better start to the season contextually than the Marlins have gotten with their starting pitchers and then today with the opportunistic offense.
And let me tell you, a big start for Max Meyer tomorrow. Following 7 from Sandy and 7 from Eury. What can Max Meyer do? Can Meyer give you 5 or 6? That feels really good there. So Max Meyer gets the ball at 1:40 tomorrow opposite Jose Quintana. We had a trio of outstanding engineers today. So Trevor Harris ran the game. He was pushing the buttons, firing the brakes, bringing us back. Wendell Epps was absolutely nails cutting highlights. And then apparently Dan Day was just there for vibe curation, which is good. Overseeing. And I will tell you, Dan Day, the first time I heard that name, I was like, that might be a top 5 name in the history of radio.
Yep.
Dan Day, it's alliterative. You got 2 syllables in a first and last name. It's just unbelievable. So you know what? Trevor Harris, Wendell Epps, and Dan Day, great job all around.
Great job by you.
Thank you, man. Great job by you. We'll talk to you tomorrow, 1:40 first pitch, 1 o'clock, Marlins on deck. That is when we begin. Again, Max Meyer and Jose Quintana. But it was a 4-3 win for the Marlins on top of the Colorado Rockies today. For Steven Strom, for Jeff Nelson, I'm Jack McMullen saying so long from Lone Depot Park. We'll talk to you tomorrow as the Fish look to bust out the brooms in the first weekend of the regular season. This has been a presentation of Miami Marlins baseball on the Marlins Radio Network.
This